TV tonight, please give your headliner, Mr. Nathan Macintosh! Big Mac, brother!
Yes! Hello, everyone. How are you guys? Beautiful. Quickly, give it up for Mike Patterson one more time. The man doing way more than he has to. And that is how he is, constantly. He is always talking in wrestler speech. Today I woke up and he's like, you gotta try these eggs, brother. You need to calm down, Mike Patterson. They are just eggs. And then he elbow dropped them for like an hour and a half. Ridiculous. Also, before anybody bothers to come up to me after the show and say this, I know, I get it, it happens all the time. I know I do look like Fry from Futurama, okay? Not my fault, okay? I didn't pick what's ridiculous is apparently I just look like every redhead cartoon that there possibly is. Futurama died for a while and then somebody decided to remake Tintin. So now when I'm walking down the street, little kids are like, where's Snowy? I'm like, I'm not an investigator, okay? No idea where that dog is. I also got a strange voice to go with this cartoon. Look, it's this one. The one I talk in. Friends, family, roommates, everyone makes fun of it all the time. I kind of think, though, that my voice sounds like anytime you hear a black comedian do the voice of a white guy. That is my voice, man. Every time I hear a black comedian that's like, yeah, we got this white guy down at our job named Chris. And Chris is always like, well, hey guys, how you doing? That's what I'm saying. Exactly how I sound. You can tell from this voice, I am not one of the men that likes UFC, okay? Not a fan of the Ultimate Fighting Championship. You can boo me if you want. I'm wearing my fighting cardigan. Here's the thing, I'm not a fan of I don't know if you guys are these people. If you booed me, maybe you are. I'm not a fan of the super tough men that like UFC. You know what I mean? The real tough men always have their hats on backwards, and they're wearing a t-shirt with glitter and rhinestones on it. Dragon holding a heart, looking at the sun. And if one of these guys had to cut down a tree, they would just walk into the woods and swing their dick like a real tough man that sweats oil. I don't like talking to those guys because those guys assume that every man that does not like UFC has got to be gay. So I get into these arguments with guys all the time like, yo, bro, you don't like kicking a guy in the face? When he's on the ground? You don't like seeing his teeth fly all over a cage? Must want to suck a dick then, bud. How are those the only two types of men on the planet? That is it. When a guy sees another guy, he either wants to fight him or blow him. Those are the only two thoughts that can go through his head. Look at this guy. I don't want to go down on him. I must want to kick his ass. Everyone calls the fighters gladiators. I love that. Look at these gladiators. Gladiators, everybody in this room, fought tigers. Actual tigers with teeth and claws. And it was always to the death, too. There was no 3-round bullshit. Let's see what happens at the end of this. Oh, the tiger wins by decision. Death every time, man. But still, people are just like, man, it's the most extreme thing you will ever see in your life. 2 trained men fighting in a cage. This is so extreme. You know what's way more extreme than 2 trained men fighting in a cage? 2 women with no training at all, okay? That is way more extreme, man. It's like, yo, this girl here, 10 drinks deep, wearing heels. This one looked at her boyfriend. Neither one can find their phones. Let's get it on. Way more extreme, man. I do live in New York now, flew here, and I flew here Air Canada, and I know this is dumb, but I understand that there's people on this planet that make more money than other people, okay? I get it, but can we please get rid of the class system on planes? It's the most ignorant thing in the world, man. I was waiting in line to check in, and I was there first. And then some dude pulled up on the other side of that little paper rope thing. And the person in front of me was done checking in. So I walked up, and the woman just goes, no. No, see that guy? He's ahead of you because he's super elite. Super elite! Is he a fucking X-Man? Lasers out of his eyes? What is he doing here? If he's so super elite, why doesn't he have his own fucking jet? Why is he here at all? This is the way Air Canada breaks down their class system. They got super elite, elite, and then go fuck yourself, everybody else. Just a bunch of homeless criminals in this group. I love that super elite too. You only get on the plane 10 seconds faster. That's it. Just so you get in a seat and open up your Forbes magazine and be like, oh, look at all the money I didn't make this year. I still gotta come through your section though, man. Homeless people like me are just allowed to traipse right through it. I put my hand right in your face, dude. If you own a mansion, right, and there's constantly hobos walking through it to get to the backyard, it's not that cool a place, okay? Also, I honestly think that most of us should be called super elite because we get to see the entire plane. We get to see the whole thing. You just get your little front pod. I got front to back, man. I can see this whole thing, whole tour. And I really like living in New York, man, because there's so many different types of people. You know the one thing that sucks about diversity, everyone? Strange sentence, I know. The one thing that sucks about diversity is the only thing that white people have to bring to the table of diversity is anxiety. That is it. All we showed up with. Anxiety and country music was just music about anxiety, man. All we got. Other people showed up with spice and dancing, and they're like, hey, try this. And we're like, whoa! I hope these spice-filled dancing people don't rob me right now. Always so stressed. I went down to Jamaica. Jamaica, people are poor as hell, and there's just goats. Goats walking around all over the place. There's kids riding these goats. They don't even know this goat's name, but they'll hop on a goat and ride him into the mountains. What would happen if there was a random free goat walking around downtown Ottawa? People would freak out. Lose their minds. Lock that goat up. He's got a little beard. He probably knows magic. Put him in a cage. Get him out of here right now. In Jamaica, there's goats in the middle of the road, and somebody just honks at it. They're like, yo, goat, you're in the wrong place. And the goat's like, yeah, you're right, I'll move. Here, when a goat's in the middle of the road, it makes the news. And there's like 9 cops circling this goat. Just staring at him. The goat's like, what in the fuck is going on here, man? Why are you so stressed? And then somebody will tase this goat, throw him over a fence. Crisis averted, white people. The goat is off the road. You just boot him in his little head and the whole thing is over. But 9 cops just straighten out a goat. I like living in New York too because I can't really live in a small town. I can't really do it. I do a lot of shows in really small towns. And here's the other thing though. I do a lot of shows in really small towns. And in Toronto and New York, I do shows for all black audiences. And white friends of mine sometimes are like, is that funny? Oh, that's awesome. White friends of mine sometimes are like, dude, how do you do a show for all black people? Doesn't that scare you? No, black people do not scare me. You know what scares me? Towns where there are no black people. Me, man. I get so scared because I'm like, there are millions of black people. How do you keep them all out? What happens in this town that black people walk up to the edge and just look in and are like, I'm not living here. I also want nothing to do with that place. It's funny too, because most of the time now it's just small towns that people get married at 20 still. 20! A year ago, you just became legal to drink. And now a year later, you're just ready to settle down. Just like, you know what? I think I'm done here. I think I'm good. If I think about my entire life, from recess to right now, double fist and rum and cokes at the bar, I think me and Brad should settle down. What's wrong with you? I only get it if you live in a really small place. I get it. Like if you live in a place like you mess up with 5 girls, they tell the other 6, you gotta move. I get that shit. But you gotta bring somebody in quick or you're renting a U-Haul, man. But other than that, like I talk to some of these people and they're always like, well, I had to get married that young. I had to. Because I met my soulmate. When I was 17, I met my soulmate. And I can't just let my soulmate fly away. I gotta bring him in. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. If you really think there's only one person in this world for you, congrats. But do you really think you're lucky enough that that person sits beside you in geography class? You're that lucky? You didn't even have to leave this town? You just walked into homeroom one day and I'm like, look at this. This all worked out. I got a teacher, best friend, soulmate. It's all right here. Right in this place. I think, I would love to find a soulmate, though. That would be great, because I hate going on dates, man. It's the worst thing in the world. It sucks. It's so little. Except it must be amazing to be a girl on a date. It's one of the best things that a girl can do with her time, man. Like, hey, what are you up to tonight? Oh, me? Well, I'm gonna go get shit for free. I can. Peace. It must be amazing to be a girl. Like writing a test with all the answers, man. You don't got to think about it. And all I'm trying to do now is find a girl that's not jealous. That's it. Because my ex-girlfriend was super jealous, and it's too, it sucks so bad. We'd be walking through the mall, and she'd be like, hey, Nathan, what do you think of that girl's hair? I'm like, I like that girl's hair. Ugh. What, do you want me to have that girl's hair? Fuck, I don't know. Does that girl's hair come with more confidence? You asked me a question and I tried to answer it, okay? I don't know what else to do in this situation, all right? Maybe I'll just put my head down. You tell me when we're home and I'll only look at you, tree of life. Ridiculous for anybody to be jealous. I don't understand it at all, man. It's such a waste of time. Also, to goad me into a fight is just so ridiculous. Like if we're walking through the mall and I'm like, hey, do you like that girl's purse? Yeah, I like that girl's purse. Why? Because it's big? And you can put a lot of dicks in that purse? That's what you want to do? Just stack them with dicks and then suck them on your way home? It's a ridiculous fight. I don't understand her being jealous so off such a waste. Like for her to look at me and be like, do you want to sleep with that girl? And do you want to sleep with that girl? Like, can you stop asking these questions, okay? It is such a waste of time. Like, I'm with you, all right? And the answer is yes. One other thing I do like about small towns is that people are so nice. Like, people will talk to you, people have a good time. It's great. Cities, man, we do not like people. We do not care about people we don't know. We got no patience for strangers. Like, if you don't know somebody and they're walking in front of you, they better speed up. Or get out of the way, or just die right there. You can step over them. Like if you're in line at a Shoppers, and there's a little old woman in front of you that's like, I have the Optimum card, just let me reach for it. Just let me get it. You're behind her like, wow, I hope a ceiling tile falls. Gosh, it's this tiny woman. And nobody has any kind of manners at all anymore either. Like, I was walking down the street the other day, somebody asked me a question without saying hello. It shocked me. Just blew me away. Some guy just walked up to me, he's like, where's the grocery store? As if I had picked up the grocery store and moved it and didn't tell this guy. You have to say hello when you ask a question, okay? Or it is just a demand. Just be like, hello, where's the grocery store? Even hey, it's one syllable, 3 letters, okay? I would even accept, ugh. Offer this with something, man. There are way too many people too working at jobs that hate that job. Hate it, you know what I mean? You walk into a job and you see somebody's dead face, you're like, you know what? Quit this job, okay? Just quit it. You obviously hate being here. If you've ever had a job that you hate, you hate everybody that comes through your door. Like if you work at a restaurant, you don't want to work there, every time that door opens, you're like, what the fuck do you want right now? What's your problem? What, do you want some food? You idiot, get out of my restaurant, okay? Which is one reason I stopped having any kind of day job. I can't do it at all. Like, I even hated trying to get a day job, man. Like, I had an interview one time at Roots, and they asked one of the stupidest questions I've heard in my life. They're like, Nathan, we like you. We just got one more make or break question for you right now. Do you have any short and long-term goals? That is an invasive question, Roots. But yeah, if I think about it, short-term, I want to work at Roots. And long-term, I do not want to work at Roots. And also, working at minimum wage jobs is one of the worst things you can ever do. Because minimum wage jobs never think that you've done enough. They want way too much out of you. If you're not dead by the end of a shift, they don't want to pay you. If you're not bleeding from your face, you didn't earn that $10.25, man. When I was working at Starbucks, at the end of every single shift, my manager would be like, hey, Nathan, I know you just worked 9 hours, okay? I get it, but is there any way you could stay an extra 15 minutes? Because Starbucks is really busy right now, and we could use your help. Wow! Starbucks needs my help right now? This store made $80,000 today, okay? I made $45. Okay? And I'm stealing a fucking latte on the way out of this. You need me to stay? Like, I just picture when they say, can you help us? That the CEO of Starbucks is flying in a golden jet, golfing Fabergé eggs onto the homeless. God, smash them in the face. Still, they need my help, man. It also sucked working there because there's way too many people that are trying to save the planet when they go into one. Like, and so many people would come in with their own cup. Walk in with their own cup and then look at me like I'm just killing the whole world. They'd come in and they'd be like, hey, can I get a cup of coffee? And I would reach for one of the cups and they'd be like, whoa! Murderer? Rapist? What are you doing right now? Put my coffee in this cup, sir, because I want to save a tree. And I'm like, you know what, man? Okay, I'll play this game with you. All right? We'll play this little game. But why don't you take a look over my shoulder, all right, man? Because these trees are dead, okay? These ones are dead. I dare you to cups. Let's see what happens, man. You act like when you come into a Starbucks and ask me for a cup of coffee, I gotta grab my axe and walk into the woods, chop down a tree, and when it's falling, I'm kicking squirrels that are coming out of it, and I'm smoking a cigarette and idling a Cadillac and pouring gasoline on seagulls, like... None of that is happening. The one sweet thing about working at Starbucks, though, is that you get benefits, man. I got benefits from working there part-time, which is insane. Dental. Whoa, dental benefits for serving coffee. Thing is, though, it's not really, okay? Because I lost my front tooth. Yeah, which sucks enough. I lost my front tooth, so I went to Starbucks, because they were like, man, if you ever lose a tooth, buddy, just come talk to us. We got a bag of teeth in the back, all right? Just pick one out and give it to you. So I went in, and I was like, hey, man, I lost my front tooth. I'm going to need one of the super teeth you were talking about. And they were like, no, we cannot help you. And I said, why? And they said, because a front tooth is considered cosmetic. It doesn't cause you any pain or discomfort not to have a front tooth. Really? Starbucks, you ever try talking to somebody without a front tooth? It is painful when they realize that they're better than you. And discomforting when they turn around and walk away, okay? I understand a cosmetic tooth if I wanted one that, like, spun when I opened up my mouth. Or one that I could just put 5 songs onto. But I just need one that allows me to walk into a Walmart and not look like I'm going to touch a kid. That's all. And it's true, I don't have a front. You know, I never know how to say this. It sucks. I'll just tell the room of strangers, we're friends now. Yes. I don't have a front tooth. I can take this one out. It's fake. I can take it out like a boxcar hobo and just ride the rails with beans out of a cab. It sucks. And it happened because when I was 8, I got elbowed in the face, and then years later, it got infected, and I had to get it pulled out. And as soon as the dentist pulled it out, I was like, wow, I just lost all of my credibility as a human being. Because we do not respect people that do not have front teeth. We do not. It does not matter what they have behind them. They got a high school education, college diploma, NASA certificate. If you don't have all your front teeth, you are a fucking idiot. And it sucks. It sucks having a fake tooth, too, because I'm supposed to take it out at night. I'm supposed to sleep at night like a hobo. Take my tooth out and set up a bindle by my bed and play the harmonica until I fall asleep. But I don't want to do that because sometimes girls come to my house, okay? And that's not a thing I can say to girls. I cannot bring that up first date scenario. That's not a thing I can say like, hey, can I buy you a drink? Also, I don't have all the human dignity teeth. Not a thing that I can say, so I do not bring it up ever. I don't bring it up unless the sex was good. This is basically how I live my life. If the sex was good, I'm telling her. If it wasn't, I hide that shit, man. I hide it. But if it was good, I'll take it out. And she's like, what the hell? I'm like, yeah, bitch, you didn't know you like toothlessness. And then I just pass out. Deal with that in the morning. It's so stupid, too, because when I was a kid and I got elbowed in the face, my friend's mom freaked out, and she thought we were fighting, and she said it was because we played violent video games. So I was like, you guys got into a fight and you knocked his tooth out because you guys play violent video games all the time. She's like, you gotta stop doing that or you're gonna grow up to kill people. Every time I hear that, I laugh, because we're just like, you know what, maybe one kid will play violent video games and shoot another kid. But has anybody in this room ever met somebody in their 20s whose parents did not let them play violent video games or watch violent movies? You ever meet one of those magical people? Ever meet them? They're the creepiest, most awkward people alive, man. Absolute freaks. They don't look you in the eye when they talk to you. Traffic lights fuck them up for like an hour and a half. They tuck in everything, even if they're wearing a suit and a tie, just jam down. But these are the people we want walking around. nothing but violent video games, okay? Nothing. And I have never even been in a fight, all right? Mostly because I grew up playing video games. I was not ready for combat. My tiny bones had not yet formed. I was covered in orange Cheeto dust. And I stared at a screen all day, okay? That's not how you create warriors, all right? That is not the regimen they go through, okay? Nobody should be worried if their 7-year-old is playing violent video games, okay? Be worried if your 7-year-old is doing crunches. That is an issue. That kid is planning something, okay? Like, hey, Chris, you want to go to bed? Just 12 more reps, Mom. A murderer right there. But it's funny to me, I don't understand why people try to keep kids away from things anyway. Like, why we try to keep kids away from violent stuff. We are adults way longer than we're kids. We're kids for like a minute. The rest of this sucks. Like, why don't we try to grow kids up to us? You know what I mean? That's what people used to do. Tribes would just give a kid a stick. Like, listen, kid, you go wander into the woods, okay? And if in 2 weeks you can walk back out, you're a man. Now people are like, don't swear. He's only 9. Fuck that, okay? Kids should be sworn at, man. Right in their tiny little kid faces, so that they have some idea of what's coming up in this world, man. It's a twisted place. You gonna be ready for a bell bill if you don't get swore at when you're little? Ready for that? Kids should be swore at when they're doing something they love. Holding cotton candy, about to get on a roller coaster. Somebody just walks up and is like, fuck you! This life is more harsh than I thought. Because if kids don't hear swearing, right, by the time they do, they are not ready for it. It will blow their face right off, okay? We need to hear swearing. Nobody in this room, okay? Nobody in this room has ever heard the phrase, intercourse me harder. That's not it is not a term. Doesn't that sound so creepy? Intercourse me harder? Yeah, it sounds like there's going to be gloves coming around your neck in a second. You're dead. If you hear that phrase, run. Run straight out the window.
Write that down. Run.
But it's just funny to me that kids get so babied, man. Like, I saw this kid the other day on the street. He had a Jawbreaker, and he's just walking down the street. He's like, la, la, la. Got a Jawbreaker. And he dropped it, and it broke. And he freaked out. Like, he started trembling, and then his face just it looked like he went through 9 divorces right there. He just lost it, and he starts screaming. He's like, no! My Jawbreaker! And then his mom comes over and goes, don't worry about it, kid. I'll get you another Jawbreaker. What? This is not a life lesson for this kid, okay? You just don't get your stuff back in life. Wanted to walk over to him and just be like, wow, kid, you dropped your Jawbreaker, huh? Fuck, dude. Wow, that is a rough day, man. Been there. You know another tough day, though, that's coming up for you, kid? One day, you're gonna open up your fridge and find out you only have soy sauce. That is also a pretty messed up day, all right, kid? And no amount of crying is gonna fill your fridge, okay? Oh, my crayons are broken. Do you want to pay rent? Shut the fuck up right now, all right? I would love to have broken crayons at the first of the month. That would be the best, man. payments due, but my crayons are broken. How can I possibly pay? Didn't know, man. 2-week extension. Don't even worry about it. Everybody to watching prison documentaries. Addicted. I watched all of them that I can find, and I'm crazy, filled with anxiety constantly. So I got scared that I was gonna go to prison. And I don't do anything that would make me go to prison, but I start freaking out. Like, what if somebody sets me up, man? What if somebody puts cocaine in the car that I don't have, or uses my hand to stab a woman, and then I gotta explain this. Freaked out. And I was watching these documentaries, and in one of them, prisoners were working out. But in this prison, in this documentary, these prisoners were allowed to do strongman competitions. Strongman competition. Man, go ahead, super criminal. Let's see how big you can get, dude. Let's see if you can get so big you can run through that wall we're trying to hold you in. There was a murderer that could deadlift 750 pounds. Yes, I know. That is too much for a free person to be able to deadlift. Anybody who pays tax that can lift 750 pounds should be in prison. Like, you're gonna kill somebody, dude. Also, when a murderer is deadlifting, we gotta change the name from deadlift, okay? We can't let a murderer dead. We gotta change the name to, like, the positivity lift, or the building communities hall. Letting a murderer deadlift. Nobody would let a pedophile do the touch a kid row. It's weird to me anyway that's just something you can do in prison. You can work out for free. For free. Prisoners work out for free. It costs everybody in this room so much money to work out, man. You're telling me if I kill the girl behind the counter at the gym, I can just hit that weight bench for nothing? So the next time I go to the gym and she's like, it's $90 a month plus a registration fee. I'm like, if I had one bullet, I could solve 2 problems right now. Just shoot you and work you out until the cops get here. And I did. I started going to a gym, man, and that's what they said. They were like, it's $90 a month. And I said, I can't. That's ridiculous. I can't work out here then. And she goes, okay, well, you can take a trial, a 3-day free trial. Sweet. Then I'm going to get as big as I can. 3 days. If I don't have abs day 4, I just don't have abs. That's how I'm living. Day 1, I blew my arms right off, man. Gone, because I tried to get arms. I had to walk around New York like a T-Rex for a week. It was horrible. And it's funny how much, people really want us to go to gyms, apparently. Because I love right now that there's a war on obesity. Heard this phrase? War on obesity? I saw this poster. There's a little kid, he's probably like 8, and he's got, he's like 350 pounds. He's like one of those kids from Maury, you know what I mean? He's just super kids, and he's standing on this poster, and he's sad as hell, and over top of his head it says, War on Obesity. You want me to hunt this kid down? Is that what you're doing? You want me to shoot him on sight? Does he know about this little game we're playing? War on obesity. I love that. It's funny because it makes it sound like we don't like big people. Get these big people off the damn planet. We love big people, man. We love big people. So many people watch The Biggest Loser. You gonna watch that if there's no more big people? Just The Loser? You gonna tune into that show? Sounds odd. Who doesn't? We love big people. Who does not love a hug from a big person, okay? It's the best. It's like 2 blankets blankets and a smile coming at you. 2 happy comforters, it's great. And if there's no more big people, we gotta get rid of Santa. Santa is done. We thought of Santa because we were like, who would we like and trust coming into our houses and giving our kids presents? A big, jolly, fat man. If we get rid of big people, Santa is changed. But no shirt anymore, just abs and shit. No more cookies. He wants creatine, man. And he doesn't climb down the chimney anymore. No, he's just curling the whole fucking thing down it. Scariest Santa ever, man. It's hard to be healthy anyway. Like, I really try. It's so hard, though, to eat like everybody wants us to, apparently, but nobody actually cares, man. Because if you look, even if you look at like a health drink, right? On the side of a can of a health drink, it says, warning, only drink one of these a day. Why? There's vitamins in it. How can I only have a bit of vitamins a day? There's nothing on the side of a bottle of rum that tells you to calm down at all. Nothing on a bottle of rum that's like, yo, only drink half of this today, dude, or you might end up in the hospital. That means if you're at a club and you're drinking health drinks, you're gonna get cut off first. Other people are walking up for Jaeger bombs, just passing out, throwing up all over the place, getting served, and you walk up like, hey, can I get another whey protein shake? Whoa, 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 man. I think you've had enough, bro. And I still, like, I like alcohol. I do. Like, I grew up in Nova Scotia where we drink a ton. That is what we do. I remember being too hungover to go to grade 8. I mean that. I get up and I'm like, there's no way I'm making social studies today. Not doing it. And I'd walk through my house and my mom was hungover on the couch. She'd get up like, Nathan, I'm so sorry I didn't make you breakfast. I was like, whatever, I'll get some smokes or some shit on the way to school. But I still like alcohol. I just find it funny that alcohol gets marketed to us like it's our friend, man. That makes me laugh so much, because alcohol is nobody's friend, okay? It has stabbed everyone in this room in the back, and it will do it again, okay? A friend would not make you throw up in a McDonald's at 2 in the morning, all right? Wouldn't make you do that. That same friend's not going to let you call your ex at 4:30 in the morning. Alcohol, though, is all about it. Like, yeah, give them a call. They probably miss you, too. Alcohol does not care, but still all these slogans, man. Things like, you and the captain, make it happen. You and your old friends, the drunk pirate captain. Nothing good happens with drunk pirates, okay? But I love that everyone says that, like, all these things market alcohol to us like it's our friend, and everyone talks about weed as if it's this awful, twisted, horrible thing that everyone should stay away from, because if you slow down for even a minute, old man weed will walk up behind you and wrap his arms of unemployment around your chest. Drag you to the ground of failure. It's not what's gonna happen. Between the two of them, if anything, weed would be your friend, man. Because weed does things that a friend would do. Like, hey, you're stressed out? Weed will calm you down. Weed will get you some chips. You didn't even know they were in the house, man. Weed just dances them in. If alcohol is anyone, it is that kid in high school that used to instigate fights, man. You know that guy that would walk up to one guy and be like, yo, that guy said your mom's a whore. Then walk up to the other guy and be like, yo, that guy said your sweater's stupid. And then watch them fight. That is alcohol. Walking beside you all night. Just saying stuff in your ear like, yo, you're gonna let the bouncer talk to you like that, man? That move to the back of the line, please, sir, shit? Knock him the fuck out right now. He doesn't know your struggles. Put him down, man. Better idea, Brad.
brother!